Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You are welcome back to another class, another government class from Citywide Day College, Ibadan. For the third week, and the subject is government. For ss1, and the period is second period. And the topic of discussion today is human rights and subtopics, means of safeguarding human rights, and of course limitations to human rights. I am Mr. Isaac, and my co-presenter is Mr. Idowu. By the end of the lesson, the students are expected to identify means through which citizens can protect their rights. Should be able to mention what what rights of the citizens cover or do not cover. You should be able to mention what rights of the citizens do not cover. The content. As I said earlier in the course of presentation, the first lesson, human rights are what an average legal member of a particular country is to enjoy in a particular country. As I said earlier, in other words, that what an average member, a legal member of a particular country, is to enjoy is termed human right. Right to life, right to freedom of expression, and some other things like that, as are discussed in the first presentation. During the first presentation, the following are therefore measures towards safeguarding human rights. How can we now protect these human rights? How can we safeguard those rights I mentioned earlier? Right to life, to freedom of expression, right to freedom of thought, and some other rights of the citizens. How can we safeguard those rights? What are the measures that should be put in place towards protecting these rights of the citizens? 1. Human rights are to be documented and made available for the public. That's number 1. For right of the citizens to be safeguarded, those rights have to be documented. When they are documented and they are made available for the public, so it means that those rights will be safeguarded. And rights of the citizens are not secret, are not what will be kept by someone. It should be what everybody will have access to. That's number 1. Number 2, the right of the citizens are to be recognized and understood by all the citizens. All members of the citizens, all legal members of the country should recognize and understand rights that they should enjoy. They should, whether literate or illiterate, understand and recognize all those rights that they should enjoy in their country. When they know that and recognize that, when they recognize their right and they know their right, then their right will be protected. Number 3, there should be the rule of law. The rule of law means equality before the law, the constitution. There is no partiality as regards the application of the law with which a country is run. Then the rights of the citizens will be protected. When there is no rule of law, when there is a preferential treatment in the court of law, when some people are treated separately, unlike others, then the rights of the citizens will not be protected. In order for that not to happen, the rule of law should be put in place. When there is rule of law, the rights of the citizens the rights of the citizens that are kept in the Constitution will be protected. Number 4, there should be national and international organizations that will monitor rights of the citizens. When there are organizations, nationally or internationally, that will monitor rights of the citizens, then the rights of these citizens will be protected. Without these bodies like Amnesty International and others, rights of the citizens will not be protected. Rights of the citizens are in danger because there is no organization, maybe nationally or nationally, that is monitoring those rights. So in order for that not to happen, there should be those organizations. Number 5, the law of the land that includes rights of the citizens should be respected and obeyed. The law of the land that includes rights of the citizens. As I said earlier, that the rights of the citizens should be kept in the Constitution. The rights of the citizens are kept in the Constitution. Then, since the Constitution is respected, then rights of the citizens will be respected. So, without having rights of the citizens in the Constitution, then the rights of the citizens will not be respected, will not be protected. In order for that not to happen, rights of the citizens to be kept, or to be written, or to be put in the Constitution. Number 6, proper orientation as regards human rights should be made available for the citizens. Orientation as regards human rights should be made available for the citizens. The citizens should be informed about their rights. They should know their rights. They should know how to protect their rights. Everything they have to know about their rights should be made available or provided by the government and private individuals. Orientation, education, information about rights of the citizens should be made available always. Number 7, judicial system should be impartial and approachable. The judicial system of the country should not be biased. There should be no preferential treatment in terms of a court of law. So everybody should be treated equally, and the court of law or the judicial system should be approachable. Should not be expensive. It should be what an average member of a particular country should avoid. So when those things are put in place, then the rights of the citizens will be protected. When the judicial system is not biased, the rights of the citizens will be protected, will be safeguarded. When the law of the land includes the rights of the citizens, then the rights of the citizens will be protected. Of course, when there are international and national organizations that monitor how human rights are enjoyed or abused, then rights of the citizens will be protected. And of course, there should be the rule of law. When there is a rule of law, rights of the citizens will be protected. And of course, the rights of the citizens are to be recognized and understood by them. The citizens, whether literate or illiterate, should try to understand and know their rights. When they know their rights are protected. Without knowing their rights, it means their rights in danger. They may not even know if their rights have been abused or denied when they don't even know their rights. And of course, human rights are to be documented. They should be made a document. There should be, since it has been said, it should be written in the Constitution. The Constitution is a document. Of course, Nigeria is using written constitution. So the Constitution of Nigeria is written. It is a document. So therefore the rights of the citizens will be kept or written or put inside this constitution. Lastly, there are limitations to rights of the citizens. Having said that, the citizens have rights to be enjoyed, and of course, how to safeguard all those rights have been identified. There are limitations to rights of citizens. There are things that rights of the citizens do not cover. There are restrictions. There are limitations as regards the enjoyment of rights of the citizens. There are things that citizens do not have right to enjoy. 1, citizens do not have right to own unlawful property. Property that is illegal, like gun, like ammunition, and some other things that have been banned by government, that should not be possessed constitutionally, should not be owned by any of the citizens. So citizens, the rights of the citizens, human rights do not cover that. Number 2, citizens do not have rights to be a member of secret groups or groups that have been cult society, or uh, associations or groups that have been banned by government should not be joined by citizens. Citizens do not have right to do that. For instance, Boko Haram, sect, and some other groups like that have been banned by a government should not be joined by any legal member of any particular country. So their rights do not cover that. Number 3, no citizen has right to disclose official secrets and confidential information of government. Official secrets of government or information that belongs to government that a particular citizen has access to should not be disclosed, should be kept within him. He or she should not disclose as such a piece of information. It belongs to government, is confidential. Rights of the citizens do not cover that. So official secrets of government should be kept if one has access to it. Confidential information of government should be kept personally if one has access to it. Nobody has right to disclose or broadcast or divulge information that belongs to government, and of course secret information. That's number 3. Number 4, citizens have no right to reject or boycott the compulsory national youth service. So for example, in Nigeria, after university education, one has to go for 1 year youth service. So no legal member of Nigeria has a right to reject or decide not to participate in this exercise. It is a compulsory exercise. So rights of the citizens or rights of Nigerians do not cover that. Number 5, citizens have no right to be members of proscribed groups. As I said earlier, no citizen of Nigeria or any other country has a right to be members of any group that has been banned or proscribed by government, e.g. Boko Haram. Number 6, right to freedom of movement is seized during curfew or state of emergency. So citizens have right to freedom of movement. So nobody can restrict movement of anybody. But in the case of emergency, where there is a problem, where there are crises that need the attention of government, that need restriction of movement of people, so nobody will enjoy his or freedom of movement during that time. So everybody has to say, to stay indoor or to work or do things as recognized by government. For example, as we have in Ibadan presently, because of COVID-19, the governor says that the movement should be between 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So that is a curfew. So if that happens, nobody should say, "Oh, I have freedom of movement. I can move about, I can do things as I like." So he has to listen to the government at that particular time. So his right to freedom of movement will be seized because of the fact that there is curfew because of the spread or the scourge of coronavirus. That's number 6. Number 7, rights of citizens do not cover repatriation. Repatriation is a process of returning a person to their country of origin because they are illegal immigrants, or they have committed a grave offense. So if someone, for example, in Nigeria is not a Nigerian originally, that's because of the fact that he has enjoyed citizenship by naturalization or by marriage or what have you, and is in Nigeria. That person has done something bad against the state. He has offended Nigeria, and that person is to be sent back to his country. So the right he has to be a legal member of Nigeria will be forfeited. Will be destroyed, will be denied, because the right does not cover being repatriated to his or our original country. So that's that about limitations to rights of the citizens, and of course how rights of the citizens can be protected. Citizens are to understand their rights. If they are to protect their rights, and their rights will be documented. If we are to safeguard rights of the citizens, and there should be the rule of law. If we are to safeguard the rights of the citizens, and of course there should be national and international organizations that will monitor rights of the citizens. If we are to protect rights of the citizens, and of course the proper orientation should be given to the citizens if we are to protect rights of the citizens. Of course, judicial system should be impartial and approachable. Those are the measures towards protecting and safeguarding rights of the citizens. And of course, there are limitations to this right too. So nobody can say, okay, I have rights to everything. No, there are some things that he or she does not have right to. He does not have right to own unlawful property. Nobody has a right to join secret groups. Nobody has right to disclose official secrets of government. Nobody has right to reject the compulsory National Youth Service, specifically NYSC, as in the case of Nigeria. And nobody has a right to join, to be a member of prescribed groups that have been banned by government. And of course, nobody has a right against repatriation. Nobody has a right against being sent back to his or her original country because of the fact that he has committed a grave offense in the country he is residing. Those are the limitations and measures towards safeguarding rights of the citizens. May Allah use the understanding. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.